Edifier have finally got on board the open-ear train by bringing the Comfo Run sports headphones to the market. My experience with other products from the manufacturer and the $80 price tag of these open-ears tell me that we are in for a treat, but let's not get ahead of ourselves and see the details first. Hi everyone, my name is Andy and you're watching Andy's Tech Tone. Quick disclaimer, I got the headphones from Edifier for testing, but I'm not getting paid for making this video, nor did I give preview privileges to anyone, so all you get is my honest and unfiltered opinion. And as always, forming that opinion started with the first impression upon opening up the box. And I got exactly what I had expected from Edifier, which was top of the class build quality and a sleek design regardless of the affordable price tag. We get a nice and soft silicone coating all around the headband, the battery units and the ear hooks, which makes wearing the Comfo Run very comfortable for hours on end. And I could also say that running with the Comfo Runs is pretty comfortable too. Headbands and ear hooks in general are probably the best option if you want the most secure fit during all sorts of physical activities, and the Edifier headphones are no exception here. Even though the headband itself is very flexible and as a result it does not wrap around your neck as tightly as some other similar designs, it's snug enough to keep the headphones in place during running. The ear hooks are more solidly built and they sit on my ears securely, and that contributes to that no budge experience big time. The IP55 rating is a notch above average and it can guarantee protection against dust, splashes, sweat and rain, so regardless of where you use the Comfo Runs and in what weather conditions, your headphones should be safe. And speaking of safety, the open-ear design makes these headphones safe for cyclists on the road. The ear hooks are compatible with the sunglasses and bike helmets I tried, so I reckon that most of you should be okay with the Edifiers on a bike too. All day long activities should be no problem either, as the single charge playtime can be up to 17 hours. If you think about it, that's plenty enough to cover you for a week or two of training, and we can also refuel the tanks with a 15-minute quick charge, which can yield an extra 5 hours of use, which is longer than it takes to run a marathon for most people. The proprietary magnetic charging cable is a common side effect of such weather-sealed headband designs, and Edifier seem to be following that tradition of giving us yet another cable we cannot use with anything else. The similarly designed, priced and spec'd Soundpeats Run Free offers you a standard USB Type-C port hidden behind a rubber flap, so apparently it can be done, but if we consider that Soundpeats does not give us quick charging, the total playtime is only 14 hours there, and the IPX4 rating is a class below of that of the Edifier Comfo Run, then that magnetic connector starts to look more and more appealing. Or does it? Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. But now, moving on to the Bluetooth 5.3 chip we can find on board of the Comfo Run headphones, it comes with support for the AAC and the SBC audio codecs, and it can offer low latency thanks to its game mode. So latency is a non-issue with these headphones, but we can forget about using higher resolution codecs such as LDAC or aptX, and we don't get multi-device connection or multi-point either, which means that we can only connect the headphones to a single device at a time. Probably no big deal for the most of us, but some people may find it a deal breaker, and to be honest, I don't really understand why Edifier left this popular feature out. The already mentioned Soundpeats Run Free, for example, comes with multipoint and it costs $20 less as of making this video. And in case you were wondering about the sound quality of the built-in microphones on the Edifier Comfo Run, here's a quick audio sample for you. So this is the phone call quality you can expect from using the dual mic setup in a quiet environment. And now let's see how the headphones can handle some traffic noise and a very light breeze. So this is the audio quality you can expect from these headphones when you happen to make a phone call while you are out and about. Moving on to the controls, we get 3 tactile plastic buttons on the top of the main unit on the right hand side. The buttons are easy to reach, quick to react, and we get to control all sorts of features such as play, pause, volume, tracks, phone calls, power on and off, and Bluetooth pairing, so practically everything except for voice assistant activation. The buttons also work well in all conditions, including rainy or cold weather, which, considering that Edifier designed these headphones to be used primarily for sports and outdoor activities, offers a huge advantage over touch controls, which can get sometimes iffy depending on the weather. And onto the smartphone app, the Comfo Run uses the newer Edifier Connects with an X and not the older Edifier Connect, so keep that in mind. All the Connects app can offer is a game mode switch, 2 sound profile presets, some power-off settings including a timer and a step counter. And while this could easily be a feature of any sports headphones, it still makes me scratch my head as to why someone would need yet another step counter. Especially that the Comfo Run headphones cannot be used on their own due to the lack of an onboard storage, so you will have to have either your phone or your smartwatch on you when going out on a run or on a walk. But while I find the built-in pedometer a bit redundant in this case, there is a useful option on the menu which most manufacturers tend to omit from their app, and that's a slider where you can tone down or you can even mute the audio prompts altogether. Loud audio prompts can sometimes drive me crazy, so it's a good thing that we can play with it on the Edifier Comfo Run. And now let's see the sound quality of those standard-sized 16.2mm dynamic drivers. In the classic preset mode, the bass is a touch flat and lacks that mid-bass punch, but the mids are clear and forward, even if a bit dry, and we get loads of details in the highs. Resolution is great, and sibilance only becomes an issue ever so slightly when we push the volume all the way up. And because the maximum volume is not the loudest I've ever heard, you will find yourself pushing it up more often than not, especially outside or in a noisy environment. But instead of classic, I would probably call this setting podcast or vocal mode, as due to the toned down bass, speech intelligibility is first class, which makes the Comfo Run a dream come true for those who like to listen to podcasts during a Sunday morning run outside. If you are more of a music listener, however, and you need that extra heft and punch in the lower registers, then switching to the bass boost mode is a must. This preset does not only make the bass more powerful, but it also adds an extra bit of warmth to the sound of the headphones, and therefore I prefer it for all sorts of music, be it EDM or R&B where the bass can hit harder, or something more acoustic where instruments and vocals can benefit from that extra sweetness and warmth. And that just shows that there is potential in these drivers, and the lack of a manual EQ puts a bottleneck on their performance. Of course, you can always use third-party apps to bring the most out of these very capable headphones, but let's hope that Edifier will update their app and give us more sound profile options, including a manual one down the road. But even without such an upgrade, I find the Edifier Comfo Run to be a great value proposition for those who do not only want a comfortable and secure way of listening to their favorite content during workouts, but also keep their own safety in mind and want to take advantage of the open-ear design. I know I brought up the Soundpeats Run Free earlier as one of the competitors, but those headphones are more likely a better fit for office use, thanks to the multi-point support, but I reckon that the Comfo Runs are better built and also more durable, making the Edifier headphones a more suitable option for the physically active. And that was my take on the Edifier Comfo Run open-ear headphones. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to comment should you have any questions. Thanks for watching everyone, hope to see you all in the next one.